Darkcast Network. Out of the shadows comes the best of indie podcasts.
Welcome to the J Squared Horror Podcast, where two lifelong horror fans talk all things horror. Pour yourself your favorite drink and hang out. Here are your hosts, Josh and Jake.
Hey guys, welcome to the J Squared Horror Podcast. I'm Josh.
And I'm Jake.
And on today's episode, we are going to be discussing
2010's Insidious, directed by James Wan.
Ooh, in honor of the newest one dropping, I think, last weekend.
Yeah.
We're a little out of it. If you guys can't tell, we've missed a couple of episodes on YouTube. Completely missed an episode last week. I don't know if it was I just couldn't get it together. So we appreciate you guys if you guys are checking us out. As you guys heard in the intro music, we are officially a part of the Darkcast Network. Thank you. I know we are so very excited. If you guys are into true crime podcasts, if you guys are into any other types of podcasts, go check out Darkcast Network. Go check out all of our other homies that are doing podcasts. They support us. We support them. And through this network, we can all grow and learn new things about podcasting. So we're super excited to be a part of that. Also, what I would like to mention is www.jsquaredhorrorpodcast.com. Why is that important?
So the fans can reach us.
Yes, if you guys are at all interested in talking to us or communicating with us at all, you can go there. You can email us. You can fill out the little form and you can get subscribed to our mailing list and all that kind of stuff. Or we can actually email you guys notifications when the episode drops, which, as we know, is Thursdays. What I'd also like to mention is what we're available on.
As always, like and subscribe on YouTube.
Pretty, please.
You can also find us on Spotify.
Yep.
We're on Apple.
Yep.
And we're on Google.
We're on all of those.
Also on Instagram, J Square Horror Podcast. Link tree in the bio. As Josh mentioned, new episodes every Thursday.
Every single Thursday, two lifelong horror fans decide to get together and talk all things horror. With this podcast, we like being one of the most original horror podcasts out there, one of the most fully immersive podcasts where we include our fans, ourselves, and all sorts of things in the horror world, whether it's movies or themes. We cover it all here on the J Squared Horror Podcast. We do have some exciting news for fans. If you guys want to partake and be a part of a future episode, in the near future, depending on how many of these we get back, we are going to be doing another Would You Rather episode.
Those are always fun.
Yes, we did one before, and we want this time to hopefully not have to come up with any of our own Would You Rathers. We would like to mention the fans that ask, and we would like to do it on the episode. So if you guys are at all interested on asking a Would You Rather, either go to the Instagram or go to www.jsquaredhorrorpodcast.com. You can contact us there. The more we get, the quicker we'll be able to do the episode. The longer it takes, we might have to do our own, but we are super hopeful that you guys will chime in and let us know what you would like to hear on our Would You Rather episode. That would be a whole heck of a lot of fun.
Yeah, it would be.
So this week, we are covering Insidious in honor of the Insidious 5. And the fifth installment in the Insidious movie franchise. The first one came out in 2010. And how do you feel about it, man? Did you enjoy rewatching it?
Yeah, I love this movie. I remember watching it when it first came out.
I do too.
In theaters. So I watch it every couple of years usually. So
yeah, it's usually on my go-to list if somebody hasn't seen it. What I realized talking to a couple of people that listen to our podcast, or people I just talk to throughout the week, a lot of people really, really like this movie.
They do.
It's one of the top ones, which is interesting because, as we know from before we started the episode here tonight, there's not a lot of content on it in the at least YouTube world. So we're excited to drop our little watermark on that. I think that it is a quintessential yet slightly dated horror movie from that era. And I think it had a lot to bring. It did a lot for the horror world. And it's also very, very, very scary.
Yeah, so usually I watch the movies during the day the day of the podcast. But
Yeah.
I actually watched it last night.
Look at you. What time did you watch it?
Maybe like 8:30.
Oh, wow. You just creeped into this. It was still a little dusk out there. So what'd you think, man? How'd you feel during this experience this time?
I'm not sure because we have the podcast now, but I was more like in tune with what was going on.
Yeah.
As far as like in the background or just watching. So having seen it numerous times before, I'm looking at it through a different light. To me, it still holds up.
Yeah.
There are a few things that are a little dated.
Yeah, there's a couple of corny things throughout the film.
But it's not enough to where it overall affects the movie, I don't think.
Okay.
And I think, like mentioned on the past episode, this is what I think helped jumpstart the 2010s with horror.
Yeah. That was our decades episode, correct?
Yeah.
So if you guys haven't heard that one, go back, check it out. That one's a lot of fun. This was a very crucial movie. And I think James Wan was starting to find his identity in this. And a lot of people say he really found it in The Conjuring. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. Because
Yeah, I don't.
this was the
agree with
movie,
that.
obviously, that he found it with.
Yeah.
Because this was it's so much like it. It's that movie quality, that Hollywood quality film with horror. It's very spooky. It's very clean.
Yeah, it's one of those movies I feel like where he knew the direction he wanted to go in,
Yeah.
and maybe The Conjuring he got to tweak a little few things,
Yeah.
but a lot of it I feel like he found in Insidious.
Yeah, I feel like he found it in Insidious and then tweaked it along the way. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's interesting that you mentioned that about the watching movies from a different light, so to speak, or a different mentality. It is completely different watching movies now post podcast, especially for content purposes. So it is interesting that I think sometimes you've even mentioned being a little scared a couple of times.
Yeah.
Or like a little more freaked out. And it's
Yeah.
not just this movie. I mean, there's been a couple, not a lot, but a couple that have gotten Jake to admit that he sometimes still gets scared during movies, which is very healthy for our relationship here. Because I'm a baby back bitch when it comes to these movies. Jake knows. A lot of people that know me know. I like horror movies because they still give me the heebie-jeebies. So I will admit, though, that if you guys are wondering what it's like to kind of sit in the seat of a content creator or a podcaster, you do kind of dive in a lot more. And it's not like we're looking for anything specific, but it is more of an enjoyable experience. And I think that brings a lot of fun to it. Kind of reignites the flame, so to speak, as far as some of these movies we've seen a few 10s, 20s of times.
Yeah, because now I knew I was watching it to then talk about it
Yeah,
afterwards.
you're not just watching it to
Watch
watch
it
it. Like, you're
and
not on
just-
your phone the whole time.
Yeah.
You're not getting up cooking spaghetti.
Yeah,
or
you're focused
anything.
on
You're
the
focused
movie.
on the movie
Yeah.
to try to bring the most original horror podcast out there.
Is there question for you real quick?
Yeah, what's up?
Speaking of that, is there a part that scares you the most?
They always since the first time I watched this movie too last night. It's the lipstick face demon right behind the dad.
Really?
Yeah. What about you? What's the one scene that really gets you? What scares Jake?
I think
What does it for you, buddy?
the scene that, for whatever reason,
Oh, here we go.
always
ladies and
gets me is when she is downstairs and the baby monitor
The baby monitor.
and just hearing like the low talking. Then it gets louder
Mm-hmm.
and louder, and then the voice screams, and then the music sounds like it's a piano being dropped off from a 10-story building and hitting the ground.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely correct. That's
every time.
That scene is scary, and if you guys remember when me and Jake talked about Paranormal Activity, you hear them? Did you hear them?
They're here.
They're here. They're coming to get you, Barbara. Yeah, it is. There are something about voices, especially that like demonic of a voice, and like you
Yeah.
said, the anticipation of buildup during that scene because she's ironically playing piano during that because she's a music or like a songwriter. So it's like this nice happy little song, ding, 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 something like that. That might not be exact, but Then there's a baby monitor, which obviously, if you guys know, we covered a movie with baby monitors in it called Signs. Not saying that that's at all a parallel, but you get the baby's kind of. Wait a second, is that a fucking voice over here? And it's like you said, it's like whisper. I want it. And you're like, oh, God. I had like fucking chill bumps on my arm.
It's a good scene.
It was freaky. Then she freaks out and runs upstairs, which kind of can lead me into a question that I wanted to ask you. Being that you are a parent, you have raised a child.
Yeah.
So the dynamic of the family is a mother and father and 3 children, 2 of which are of age of like talking and playing and all that stuff, and then the baby.
Yeah.
There are different parts throughout this movie where the kids are like red flags, man. Like, I don't like my room. I think I saw something in the attic type stuff, and like you just don't believe, or like you don't give them the time of day. So, like, does it change your perspective watching movies like this, or if you did back when you were really through those pivotal years of children being around?
Yeah.
Like, what does that do for a parent's mentality? Like, do you just watch the movie and go, like, I have no idea. I can barely take care of myself in those situations, so I have no idea what it would be like to have to be like, shut up. And the next thing you know, they're in a coma. It's like, did not read that room right.
Well, I mean, nothing happened yet to make you want to listen to them. Okay, well, I don't like my room. Okay, too bad. We just moved here.
I don't know, man, because the brother, the one that was still kicking, still doing his thing, was like, he's walking around at night.
Yeah, but that didn't. Yeah, so.
Maybe sleep in the room with him? That's scary, man.
Leading up to that point, Dalton going upstairs, fucking with the light. That's his fault.
I mean, yeah, it is his fault.
Maybe, just maybe, the thought would have crossed my mind on the other one side. I don't like when he walks around. So, walks around where?
Excuse me?
Here?
Lately?
At night?
Like recently?
Like last night?
Dude's been in coma for 2 months, man. What's going on? It's only been like a couple days at that point, but
I think, but honestly, the other side of me would have not have wanted to see him walking around at night either. Like, I don't know.
See, okay, so you're leading into something way more interesting.
Yeah,
and it's the fact that as a parent, you have to be a parent, but also like you're fucking scared. Yeah. So it's always interesting to me to see the different parental like styles. Yeah. You know, Josh is his name.
You gotta ask questions
like character.
Like, is he talking? Does he look at you?
Yeah. What exactly is he doing?
What's happening exactly?
Does he still have his feeding tube in? Because if not, we still got to talk. It's got to be tricky. It's got to be tricky to be, because a lot of times, like if you think about like The Haunting of Hill House, all you gotta do is listen to them little kids, man. They're like, yo, wild shit's happening.
Sometimes they're kids at the same time. You're like, all right.
That's like, you know, when a dog
you have the imagination
will randomly just bark at nothing.
They're like bark in a corner or something. Yeah.
Don't like that.
I'm not trusting that dog. You're a dog.
Yeah, but why is it barking in a corner?
It's a dog.
You don't think it's sensing a being?
Dogs,
you ever think about that? Like when the dog's over there barking, and it's just like you're looking like something's probably staring at me right now, and I'm just gonna yell at my dog, and the dog's probably like, bro,
I'm trying to help you out.
I'm trying to like warn you, bro. I've seen the movies you're watching. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's crazy. The two things that can't speak and cannot help you at all.
Yeah.
Dogs and babies can see it all.
They're like, duh. And you're like, what are you saying? I don't know what's happening. So just don't have any of them. No, I mean, you know, at least a dog can kind of protect you. They bark or something. I wonder if ghosts are scared of dogs. Do they know what dogs are? Like, are there dog ghosts?
Because in my mind, I see the entity in the corner like, shh.
Yeah, like, shut the fuck up.
And the dog just barking at him.
Shh. And then you're yelling at the dog to shit. And he's like, what do I?
I'm like, fuck it, okay.
Fuck it. I'm going to go.
Yeah, I'll just leave.
Go piss on the floor over here. Really piss on the floor.
But also in that situation,
I don't know.
Do you move out of the house?
So that's what's cool about this movie, man, is they do. She's like, I am done. She's like, I do not feel safe with my kids and it's like, you compare it to Amityville where he's like, nah, we staying. I just gave everything to move in here.
There's nowhere to go.
Also, you know, I guess a teacher on a single salary can make those kind of decisions where they live.
See, that's
in today's world, you're dealing with it.
So what I don't get with him being a teacher.
It's like, how else do you think I can make the money? I'm like, dude, you're not. You get overtime.
Yeah, you're
for
working
sitting.
till 11 o'clock at night, just sitting at your desk.
Do you think he was cheating?
So what's crazy is,
Because that I don't understand that part of
yeah,
the
I'm
movie.
thinking, what are you doing? And it would always show him just sitting there.
He is sitting at the desk, but it's still like the kids just left the classroom type of vibe. It usually doesn't like. Usually, I know because he gets that phone call the one time, and that was kind of later on in the evening.
Why is he at work till 10 o'clock at night?
That's what I'm saying. Maybe he just really hates being home.
I mean, you got this fucking coma kid situation.
Yeah, you got a coma kid.
Your wife
Your wife just doesn't fuck with you no more. She's so mad at you.
And I think she's probably thinking, am I going nuts? Is this really happening? Because I can't tell if those spirits, like, it seems like they're, like, there.
They're there, but they love messing with her.
Yeah.
Like,
They're trying to break her down.
yeah, they're trying to weaken her.
Yeah.
Little did they know she was the strongest one, it seemed like,
Yeah.
to handle it. So there's a parallel that a movie we just recently covered is The Poltergeist.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't seen that episode yet, it's a fun one. Check it out. But you know, there's an interesting, different dynamic between the husband and wives. At first, you know, this movie starts off where he's snoring and she hates him already, so you know it's going to be an interesting, it's going to be an interesting dynamic. But it is because this movie is very, very much like Poltergeist. I mean, I'm not.
In essence,
saying,
it's the same thing.
yeah, I'm not saying it's a complete, Omen 1, Omen remake, but it's a very modernized version of bad things wanting little kids, parents not understanding, and shit going crazy.
Why little kids, though? I always wonder
They're
that.
easy.
But wouldn't a baby be easiest?
A baby?
Yeah.
If you can't do anything as a baby,
There you go.
you can just scream and shit
You
yourself.
can wait it out.
I mean, like that's the thing. Is it's like, how
Ima-
long have you been waiting to possess something? Like, what's your years of service here? You know, like this kid's been in a coma for a couple of months. You still ain't.
And nothing has
You
happened.
still ain't
Yeah.
gotten in
It's
there,
your
bro.
First time?
Come on, dude. Lipstick face demon.
So in that
Or
case,
like shit demon.
I would say take a baby. You can just
Yeah, but
get in
then,
and just.
a couple years later, you're ruling the world like the Omen.
I mean, yeah. I
Shit.
mean,
That movie's
if
crazy.
it took you 3 months to finally make a real move,
Yeah, but still,
You-
3 months
you
is a
wait a
lot
couple
different
years.
than 5 years.
I mean,
10
for
years.
us, it may not be for them. They've been
I
there
don't
for
know. Yeah,
hundreds of years.
Is it like Inception? Where like Dream World is like 1/16th of time or some shit. So it could be like 100,000 years
Oh, wow.
or like 10 years. I don't know how.
Yeah,
that
because
shit works.
some of the spirits look like different, like eras.
Oh yeah, there are different eras for sure.
Yeah.
Like Lipstick Face Demon is like OG. He's like
Yeah.
from Hades.
Yeah.
Like from hell. And then you got like Old Lady. You got like nice little white family that shot themselves or whatever that shit was.
Yeah,
Then you got weird dude with the biker jacket licking on the lady. It's
yeah.
it's just
I didn't like his vibe.
I don't. They could have completely taken him out of the movie and it wouldn't have taken away anything.
Yeah,
Also, like when he paces outside the window and they're just like, bet he's inside now. All right. Like, why'd you pace outside? Were you getting up the courage
yeah.
to go inside that?
And
He
talk
might
to
have been
her.
waiting for the husband to fully fall asleep, like he could sense that maybe, and it would take him longer to get upstairs. Also, it's funny because it does go off of immediately him being out till 11 o'clock at night working, her finding the handprint on the bed, and then that happening because he's on the couch, he's in the doghouse. It's just ironic that the night that he's in timeout, that
I mean,
shit hits her
He
upstairs.
could just come home at a decent time.
Yeah, stop being a piece of shit husband.
So, he lets it be known that he handles his fucking stress in a different way.
I handle my fucking stress in a different way, which you have to understand your partner's stress. It's,
Yeah, I agree
it'll
with that.
never work if you guys are on different stress pages.
They can't both be just going insane about the situation.
But then again, you had the Poltergeist. They did a really good job together. They both understood the situation and
That's
figured
teamwork.
it out together. So that was a way healthier marriage, in my opinion.
I agree too.
It shows you, marriage used to mean something in the 80s. 2010s?
Well, they also used to smoke together as well, so
Hey, man, sometimes you just
they were a
gotta-
lot more laid back. Probably.
laid back. It is the parallels between the 80s and the 10s, the 2010s. It is
The 1910s.
1910s. Jeez, I think everybody was possessed back then. I don't think ghosts had any problem getting to people. What the fuck, dude? So then she has that crazy stuff happen, right? And then he comes home to a priest being there and immediately goes on the defensive or offensive. He's like, oh, was this the start of a joke? A man comes home to his wife and a priest. His mom cuts around the corner. She's like, yeah. I'm like, how long were you at work this time, buddy?
Yeah, he's giving off real cheating husband vibes.
Yeah, cheating husband, insecure. His name's Josh. Most Joshes are pieces of shit. Just an FYI. I think I'm aight, but then again, I am a Josh. So I understand Joshes.
Also, I'd never heard the name Josh so many times.
It was said, so I have the name. It's my physical, like, it's what people call me. And I'm like, damn, this fucking name is happening.
It was a lot.
Josh. What about Josh? Josh. You know what happened with Josh when he was a kid? What about baby Josh? Josh. Where's Josh? I hate you, Josh.
Yeah,
and I was like,
just Josh and baby Josh.
Yeah, just Josh, baby Josh. And I was like, oh my gosh, Josh. This is so much of my own name. And it wasn't one of those moments where I was like excited to have the same name as the character. I was like, damn it. Why's this got to be the Josh? Like, son of a bitch. This fucking piece of shit. Just too scared to help his wife with a demon.
Now, they say his memory was suppressed or whatever about his ability to do the same thing. Do you think maybe he was trying to remember? That's why he was just sitting at work thinking about it sometimes, maybe?
But he's lying. He's been lying this whole time. Because he had been having visions of being in his son's room while he's in a coma.
Exactly.
Not being himself.
Yeah.
So he should have been like, well, actually, I've had some weird seeings or visions.
He had an accent for a moment.
Yeah, it just came out of nowhere. It's the Miller Lite. Nah, it was weird though, because like it was never brought up in the movie. Like only the movie watcher knows that he went through that. And I'm like, what's the point, Juan? Like, why do I have to be yelling at the TV to be like, be honest, Josh? Like, come on, man. It was just like, why? And I guess because he was attached. And I guess you do technically find out later, and you didn't know that at that point in the movie that he had ever astroplaned, as it's so fancily called. I'm so happy I remembered that. I was bugging myself all last night to remember that. I don't like that it just magically worked again. It's like an on and off switch. She has to put on a World War II death chamber mask in order to get there, and she's like, you can go. No.
He just sits down. She's talking to him. I'm there.
I'm going to take a nap. He's in. I'm like, just let him die. Nobody likes him here. His mom probably doesn't even like him. What about the old lady in the pictures that we all just decided to hide until the most convenient time in the movie?
Which she apologized for.
It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission, am I right?
It was funny watching him and his wife look at those pictures.
Yeah.
And just a shock on her face, but probably thinking, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
This is your fault.
This is for my kids in a mystery coma because of you and your stupid demons. And it's like, when did Paranormal Activity come out? It was post this, right? It had to have been post this.
Before this.
I was like, oh, something.
Yeah.
I don't know. We covered it. I should know the year. But it definitely gave you, I mean, obviously, and when I was watching this, I was like, how are we entertained sometimes?
What do you mean?
Like, how the fuck can we watch the same shit over and over and over again, and we're just like, dude, but this lipstick face demon, dude? It's like, what the fuck is wrong with us? Like, horror as a community just watches a bunch of regurgitated shit.
I mean,
and it's just like, I was watching and I was like, dude, we've covered like 10 movies like this. Like within this year, like within this calendar year, we've covered almost every movie that this movie's like. And yeah, here we're like, dude, what about the fucking...
This is so good.
What about the fucking shit in the attic shit, dude? And then you're like, Sinister Attic. Damn, like, what are we doing here, man? It's crazy, though, because it does, as long as you tweak a couple of points, it can be entertaining.
I always think it's like food. Like, you can get a burger so many different ways.
That's very true, yeah. Pizza, pasta.
It's literally
all the same shit.
All the exact same thing.
Yeah. And I guess like we had mentioned before when we got in a couple tit-for-tat arguments is that there technically can't be any originality. There's only like 13 main ideas that everything stems off of.
Yeah, you just go to Rolodex, you pick one, okay, let's make a movie based off of this idea.
Yeah. Did you say lipstick earlier? Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen Star Wars: The Phantom Menace? Yeah. That Darth Maul dude, he's pretty popular. A lot of people liked him. Why don't we just kind of make him look like him.
Yeah.
Same eye color, more fucked up face paint. Just like if Darth Maul got wet during the makeup process.
Yeah.
Yeah, full send, go. Let's give him hoof legs.
And they just drew it out.
Let's give him hoof legs too. That is only
perfect.
seen in one scene in a shitty photography picture, a shitty picture. Does the lipstick demon scare you anymore?
No.
No. I did say that the lipstick demon behind the dad part did scare me, but that's different. It's just his fucking face, and it does kind of freak you out because it's like a jump scare.
It's unexpected until you hear the little, like, the cracking of nails.
It's his fucking sharpened fingernails or some shit.
Okay.
I hate that. Also, Tiptoe Through the Tulips is not supposed to be a scary song. This movie makes it a fucking scary song.
Yeah.
I had a buddy, Frank, I think we saw this in theater. And I worked at a coffee shop at the time, and when it would be kind of dark out, he would come in, and I had control of the music.
No.
And I'd be like, and his eyes would get fucking huge. And he'd be like, dude, what? And I'm like, lipstick demon's going to
Yeah,
get you,
it's
bitch.
so crazy how a song that wasn't really,
It's not meant to
meant
be
to
a
be
scary
scary.
song.
People connect with that now in the scary song.
It's my alarm.
You told me
That's
that.
what
You told me that,
that's what
yeah.
I wake up to. And it is, to me, it's like a horror song. I would put it on a horror playlist.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't know if it's a happy or sad song. Like, I don't know
Uh-uh.
lyrically what
I
it
can't
is,
tell.
but
Well, I know, or I think I saw somewhere that
excuse me,
that's a cover.
of an original.
Yeah, I guess the same song, but yeah.
Oh, I think it's sped up. Like the real version
Yeah.
isn't as like slowed down.
Yeah, it's like from like the 20s or 30s or
It's
something.
definitely old as shit. Yeah,
I'm thinking that shit was probably
it
fucking
does
trash,
prove.
though.
Tiptoe through the tulips
He's
with
right.
me.
Wearing a suit.
Yeah. Tiptoe through the tulips with me. Damn, we sing way too much on this pod, or at least I
Oh,
did.
boy.
It is interesting to me though that the somebody can make something so that's not. I don't think it's supposed to be that iconic. I mean, there's obviously music or like or fucking 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you.
Yeah.
Like,
But to take an
original song that's not supposed to be scary
Yeah.
and make it scary, like
Yeah.
a composer creating music for a movie, dope.
Yeah.
They did a good job in this movie. I'm not saying they didn't. But it is really interesting when you're able to take something like that and in your head, like in a creative process, to go, I think people are going to fucking shit their pants when they hear this song.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, let's do it. That person that created that song is rolling over. He's going to haunt them because he's like, that's not what it was intended for. You're supposed to be frolicking through a field of tulips. Like, what?
Not anymore.
No. Now it's about demons and children trying to die. It's like, what? And us horror fans are like, fuck yeah.
So I
Full
guess,
send.
speaking of the lipstick demon,
That reminds me. What is that?
the part where he's sitting there sharpening his nail, listening to that song off his old-timey...
Yeah, old-timey record player.
Yeah.
There's a name for it, but I
Yeah.
can't think of it. It's
Some type of phone.
Yeah. Stetophone. Let's not get caught up
Okay,
in
yeah.
that.
I was just about to.
30 minutes
Yeah.
later, what's that thing called again? And it's a fucking record player with a horn.
That part's real cheesy now.
It is super corny now, and I think at the time it was like innovative.
Yeah, plus the way it was shot.
It was very cool looking 10 years ago.
Yeah. Now it's like,
Now it's like,
This
you're,
isn't
yeah, you're like, is this Pee Wee Herman?
Yeah.
Like, what is this? And it's very, that scene right there is what made me no longer scared of the lipstick face demon. I mean, like throughout the movie, cool, like he's kind of creepy. But when you're sitting there getting a manicure or giving yourself a manicure,
Yeah.
listening to some tunes with your toys, laying amongst,
yeah.
it's like you're taking away the whole fear. Like you shouldn't, if you're a demonic entity, you shouldn't have to sharpen your nails.
Yeah. I mean, to me, that's like seeing,
Like Freddy Krueger, like fixing his
Sharpening,
hat
yeah.
and like, damn, my sweater's not ripped
yeah,
enough.
or seeing Jason sharpen his machete.
Yeah, yeah.
Before he goes out there.
He's like, damn, did I forget my axe? And he does like the pocket pat before he heads out into the woods. Like, could you imagine like when you leave your wallet at home?
Yeah.
You're like, oh shit, where is it?
Yeah.
Can you imagine Jason being like, God damn it, where's the machete? Ma! Where's the machete? It's like, what the fuck, dude? And it's funny because like we can sit here now as some people, two guys that just watched it 24 hours ago because he's a bitch. Me less because I watched it at like 10 o'clock. It was so funny.
No
'Cause I
one
just want
bites
to
the
share
dust.
this real quick with you guys. The reason I think why he brought it up, we were texting last night, and I was like, dude, like, this movie's kind of still fucking scary. And he was like, yeah, it is. And I was like, whatever, bitch. You're not going to watch this shit until daylight.
I watched it
for the
an hour
first
ago.
time in, like, forever. He's like, actually, I watched this till tonight. And I was like, fuck, man. Son of a bitch. I had a good joke lined up, and Jake was prepared. It's funny, though, because we do typically watch them roughly 12 hours apart.
Yeah.
But what about the how did you feel about the other entities? Like, obviously Lipstick Face Demon's a big one. Obviously Old Lady's a big one. But like kid, like Chimney Sweeper? Or like like 1920s kid with the Skyboy hat and the little cute outfit?
He's definitely 1920s selling newspapers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hair, whatever they used to say. Is that
Hair.
Hair.
Read all about it.
Read all about it. Paper, read all about it. There's a demon in the house.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those. Wasn't a fan.
Shoe shiner.
He was read all the jobs
Yeah, he was a jack of all trades.
for a good 10 cents a day.
Yeah. Nah, nickel. He did not look like a dime guy. He was definitely scrounging some pennies together.
But I think if I had to have like a favorite, it would probably be with the Bride in Black or whatever.
That was the older lady, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I said that's why I said she was like, man, like let's take her out of it too. Lipstick Face and her out.
Take her out.
So you got white. You know, basically we got Amityville Horror versus Chimney Sweep Kid. I mean, you say I'm wrong. That's what happened.
Yeah.
She's like, do. Huh? You don't know how Chimney Sweeper died?
I'm going to go, well, probably the Great Depression, I would think.
It was a sad time. Hence the name.
I'm going to go Chimney Sweep Kid.
You liked him? You liked his part?
Compared to.
I think they.
What we got left,
But I do think they drew it out a little bit too much. So I think the first part where it's that awesome she's outside scene looked inside and is like, "Did mom?" And then it started playing Tiptoe Through the Tulips or something like that, right? And then she like looks in and you see the kid and she's like, "Why the fuck is there a kid in my house?"
He's just getting it.
Runs in and he's like, hee, or that creepy little kid laugh that I don't like. That's where it should have stopped. The hide and go seek from that point on ruined it.
Yeah, so I like her walking by, him being in the corner, her not seeing him.
Yes.
Him dancing a little bit.
Yes, that was fine. It's creepy.
Taking off.
Yep.
That's all I needed.
Didn't have to go into each bedroom, then find him in this, and he hops out, and like you get to see his face, and I'm like, oh no, I didn't want to see his little face. He's creepy a little bit, but not creepy enough to see his face. But then you got like the random white lady standing there just smiling, and you're like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Maybe he was a kid in that situation. Maybe no, they're different eras. You got like 40s and 10s. Yeah.
Yeah, so she's probably like 20, 30 years later.
Yeah. Which, so the astroplane or the further. I think that's what it's called. Such a lame fucking name.
It is.
It's like what was the shit called in Get Out? I got it right in trivia.
You did. Sunken Place.
Sunken Place.
Yeah.
That's cool. That was cool because he was sinking into it.
Yeah.
The further, it wasn't that far. They got there real quick.
It's like the Upside Down.
Hey.
It's the exact same thing, but
Kinda. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, parallel universe.
yeah, you can see your
Creepy
house
shit.
and all that shit and all that kind of stuff.
But yeah, it was weird. But also, how come I'm still very confused at the gas mask shit? like real confused. And also, like if you've seen The Conjuring or you've seen this, if you're a paranormal investigator, you're gonna get fucked up. All right, and if you're wearing glasses, you gonna get fucked up.
I mean, well, you know, you're messing
And they
with
said
spirits
it.
and
They made a
demons.
parallel with the poltergeist and that with the meat because he was like after he got shit ripped around a room
Yeah.
multiple times. He's then laying his head on the counter, and then that's when they found the picture of the lipstick demon bitch smacking people through the little kid. And I don't know if I like the fact. How do you feel about the fact that it makes it seem like the demon's puppeteering versus like possessing? Is that because he can't gain control? Is that why they went puppeteering? Is it because he's obsessed with those dolls?
What's it called? Marionettes.
Yes. Ooh, we're actually saying some shit today.
Yeah, we
Look
are.
at us.
I don't know.
What do you think? Because I think it takes away from the fact. Because in my opinion, like you should have like that was, if you could grab his hand and bitch smack everybody around, you can possess him.
It was just another excuse to show him.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
And that's when he had the hooves, the
Because
horse or the butt.
Because honestly, if not, you would never see him again at any point in the movie.
Cool with that.
You would just saw him behind the dad that one time and some shitty kid drawings of him, and that's it.
Yeah, but that's like the Babadook. I'm cool with that. It works. You don't have to continually see the freaking they're demons, bro. They're invisible. that's their special tag.
Oh, speaking of which,
The shadow one where he creeps his hand out, that was kind of cool.
so when they're the scene where all these demons are just like coming out of closets and hallways and doorways.
Like when they're like, she's like, because he saves this kid, and then she's like, they're all coming. I'm like, they've already been there a couple times, bro.
Yeah, a few times. That's why you're here.
Yeah, like it's happened.
Yeah.
Now they're all just like, let's go now together.
Let's all just hang out.
Yeah. Let's have like a
zombie
miniature
walk out
earthquake that's shaking everything in the house all of a sudden because you're crossing the plane.
there. Like the poltergeist.
Very much so, but then there were like no graves or nothing. It was just them being spooky. There's no rhyme or reason though. It's like these people aren't attached to anything except the fact that they're in like purgatory, right?
Yeah.
So if you're a ghost that didn't, I guess, make it to heaven or hell, if that's your gig, you're just kind of hanging out. I think I would rather want to stay a ghost than to be a person again. Clearly, it didn't work out the first time.
I don't want to do it all over again.
Nah, I'm good.
Also, if you're
And,
in
like,
that situation,
I would pick the family better.
oh yeah,
Like I want a way happier mom and dad. I want a
Yeah.
little brother that's not mean to me.
yeah,
Like I'm going rich,
yeah,
only kid.
yeah.
Fuck yeah, that's what I'm possessing all day.
So like the
Oh,
it would be like the Omen, pretty much.
yeah,
A wealthy family,
wealthy family,
your only kid.
only kid. Yeah, like
That's the ideal possession situation right there.
and I wouldn't even act like I was possessed. I ain't trying to take over the world. I'm just trying to live
Yeah,
again.
I want you to live life again.
Yeah, let me give this one another whirl. I'll be better
But-
at this time. I will watch out for the bus that got me the first time.
But if you're not looking to do that and you're just
The
in
only one-
purgatory with them, when they were all walking out, I can imagine being one in the back like, do I have to come out here?
Like, dude,
Yeah,
Can I hang
I
back?
don't want to do this.
can I? I'm just gonna stand in the fog.
It's the ones
Like,
who are
honestly.
just standing there like not reacting. I'm here.
Yeah, I'd be like 10th in line. Like you'd see all the people trying to push through that door, and I'd be like, yeah,
Oh,
ooh,
oh,
I'm first back to get dibs on the next one. I get first pick next go around. And it's like you're competing against a demon. You're a ghost. There are differences, obviously, even in this movie.
yeah.
Like the two demons are the witch and the lipstick face demon.
Are we working for them?
Yeah. Am I employed? Is this like
I don't have-
Beetlejuice? Do I have a
Yeah.
beyond life job?
Can you imagine that?
No.
Having to work in the afterlife?
Yeah, bro. I'd probably just get as shitty of a gig as I got now. I'd be like delivering sheets to the ghost people of the world. Like the ones that actually get to do human, like fuck with humans. I'd be
Yeah.
the one delivering their clothing. Like, hey, you guys, an extra long sheet. There you go.
There you go.
Thanks. Have a good one. Where you heading? I got Bill and Sue's house up the street. There's got some champagne on it.
I cannot imagine that.
No.
Yeah, I'm not working again.
Nah.
No thanks.
No. Like you said, we just hang tight.
Well, then again, yeah, I don't want to go be a human again. I got to work all over again.
Yeah.
I'm good.
What's the constant need to want to be a human? I don't even like being a human now.
Yeah, well, so I guess
Like,
what is that constant need to keep having to come back?
I think it's just to scare us humans. I don't think there's really any ghosts out there that really want to be us again. Imagine being able to like go through walls and shit. It's like a superpower.
So I feel like demons, yeah, because they,
You're like employed by the devil.
Yeah.
To do his work.
Yeah.
You got to do your work. You got to do your due diligence.
Well, if you're just a ghost,
If you're just a ghost stuck in purgatory, bro, I'm chilling.
yeah,
You can go to any sporting event you want.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know your radius of like where you died versus like where you get to be. Like a 10-mile radius, you might be kind of fucked if you died in like Oklahoma.
Or if you can probably go anywhere.
I don't know
You're
though.
a
What if
ghost.
there's like, what if you got like sections?
I think it's probably if there's a radius, it's to where you're buried.
That's what I'm. All right, so you're buried in the middle of Montana. you're fucked, dude. You can just fuck with people in the trees. New York City, on the other hand, bro.
Yeah.
That's
That's why it was so fucking nuts in Ghostbusters.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we're onto something here. That's crazy. Like, that's why in some of these movies they're only attacking like one person because that ghost is so tired of the same shit.
Yeah.
Like, and it's funny because a lot of possession movies, it's like a farm.
It is like middle of nowhere.
Oh God, they really have to move in and start praying. Damn it! I go through my checklist. Youngest daughter. Oh fuck.
All right, let me start moving some stuff around.
All right, what do you think? Throw her out of the bed real quick.
Yeah.
All right, let's fucking go for it.
Push a couple glasses over.
That's the whole bed right there. That's gonna wake some folk up. About this wall right here. That does it every time.
There's like a checklist.
Yeah,
So-
can you get 3 knocks at 3:30? Fuck. Hey Goodman, yo, did you miss a knock? Yeah, bro. What happened? A kid woke up. It wouldn't have worked. He would have seen my feet. Oh, all right, well, I need 6 knocks tomorrow. Damn. All right, yes sir. Heard.
It is like a mixture of Monsters Inc.
Yeah,
and Beetlejuice.
you're just pissed off at life because you keep forgetting to knock a certain amount of time. It's like, hey, who did the dish thing at the Miller's house? Jake?
Yeah.
Dude, you forgot the pots and pans, man. You just broke the glasses.
I mean, it's almost 3:30, so I can.
You gonna go again? All right, you gonna go again? Did they wake up?
No.
Yeah, we need pots and pans next time. It's like, what the fuck? Did you do the curio cabinet? We don't. Our insurance doesn't cover the curio cabinet, Jake. You know this.
Yeah, go back and just keep it shut.
Fuck, I gotta fucking put these dishes back. Go find the ghost curio cabinet fixer. Did you push another one over? Yeah. Why do you keep doing that? I don't know.
It'll be like a carpenter from
Yeah. The 61 just pissed at life. It's like, Jake, another curio cabinet, dude? Dude, it's the easiest thing to put. It's the loudest thing.
I feel like, that's what you would do. You would just do the job you did before
It's just, yeah.
forever.
Yeah. Like if you didn't matter, you're the dish pusher. Can you imagine you selling like buggies to like ghosts? Yo, this is a dual horse driven right here. Really? Wow.
Yeah. That sounds fucking terrible.
Dude, the whole idea of working as a ghost sounds absolutely.
It's just me and Henry Ford just trying to.
Yeah, you're
do what we
like,
can.
you're like, go up to him, you're like, did you really fucking create this 9 to 5 bullshit? Because we about to fucking fight. Oh yeah, and I'm just, just delivering shit. Like, what the fuck, dude?
All right, so
Who
we
needs
get
the loud shoes tonight for the attic? Oh yeah, bloody handprints, anyone?
Well, I feel like if you're a tap dancer, that's your job right there.
Oh, you're attic ghost.
Yeah,
100%.
every time.
Every time.
So then we get to a point.
We just created the TV show
We did,
that would
yeah.
be absolutely hilarious to watch. Just a day. It'd be like The Office, but ghosts.
Oh shit.
Oh shit, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Fuck. All right.
So they get back from the further.
Yeah. Woo! There's a bunch of ghosts coming through doors. As long as you close it, they're really, really
Which is
put back.
so weird. Anyway.
Because a homeboy paced and came through a wall instantaneously. The bodyguard of
Yeah.
the hell, I guess. Oh, real quick. Fucking lamest scene in the movie.
What?
When Josh is in there getting fucking tuned up by the bodyguard, and he somehow hears the old lady be like, "Remember, you're stronger than them because you're alive."
Give them the
And he
two-hand
goes,
push.
"Get away!" And he just like fucking gone.
Forever.
I'm like, you just scrapped
Yeah.
with him. Like, you were fighting for your fucking life. Not good enough. A nice, dramatically preached 2-hand push is going to make him vanish into a deeper purgatory.
He's
Come on,
in
guys.
the very back of the line.
Yeah, like me and you were standing by like, fuck, there goes Frank. God damn it. What do you do to get pushed? Sorry, the joke's continuing. I can't. It's so funny.
So then they're back,
Yeah.
and he sees the bride in black,
Yes.
and he tells her to leave him alone, or
He gets his ball sack finally. He's like, you know what? I'm fucking tired of this ghost shit. Go! Leave! And she's like holding a fucking candle or some
Yeah.
shit, like in front of her face.
but also it's like, dude, you haven't seen her in 30 years.
And she's like,
You're so angry.
Yeah. who are you?
Yeah.
Like, I only fuck with kids. Like, why are you yelling at me?
You were a
I'm
kid
trying to
from
get
30
your
years ago?
son. I don't give a fuck about your old ass. I'm old, bitch. I don't want to get into another old body. Then she like goes back into the mirror, and you're like, huh, all right.
Yeah, which doesn't make sense because when they get back, they find out that she possessed him.
Yeah, and the reason that the old lady found out was because she saw his thumb, and it looked old.
Yeah, because she took a picture of him, right?
No, the reason she took the picture was because you saw an old hand.
So I guess she can see things
So
differently?
the kid would have looked like the lipstick demon, but when he's yeeting people around the dining room, he looks like himself.
I think it's because, so he was just,
Oh, he was just puppeteering.
Yeah, he wasn't possessed him yet, or hadn't possessed him yet.
A lot of questions arised after the mirror scene, in my opinion. It's not bad enough for me to go on my little tangent about the end of the movie ruining movies because, six in one hand, half dozen in the other.
Yeah.
The movie was fine. But, so, he then strangles an old lady loudly. Why wouldn't you just... And everybody's just sitting in the kitchen while the kid just noms down some spaghetti. I mean, these motherfuckers been in a coma for 4 months. And the fact that your bitch asses gave him some noodles and red sauce is just evil. Maybe it's his favorite meal. I don't know. I would have figured
It's also probably 2 a.m.
Some pancakes, some waffles, bacon, sausage, eggs. I want the full course here. It is like 3 or 4 a.m, so that's why I immediately went breakfast food.
Yeah.
All right. But it's loud as shit. They're not in a big house. It's not like the original house there, and that was like multi-leveled.
Yeah.
Bigger open floor. This bitch is small. Looks like a fucking 2-bedroom. He is screaming and strangling, and she's like, like she ain't being quiet either. And they're like sitting there because they're like them two. They won't shut up about how hungry the kid is, and they're like, wait a second, let's go check. Let's go check real quick.
Yeah, it's real quiet all of a sudden.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's quiet because the loudness has stopped because somebody got murdered. And then the most confusing shit of the movie happens. She sees dead old lady. She freaks the fuck out. I was calling for Josh. I'm like, what? I'm right here, dude. I'm cool. I'm chilling. And then she turns back and looks absolutely terrified. So she can see the ghost lady now, too?
Maybe Josh looks different.
I mean, he just killed somebody, so maybe he's like a little sad, but she looked like she saw a ghost.
Yeah, because when she picked the picture up, right? Too.
Yeah.
And she looked at it.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Maybe that was it.
So the picture that she saw was probably of...
It was just the ghost lady.
Yeah.
So when she turned around, did she see ghost lady or did she see Josh?
She should see Josh.
Why is she so scared?
I don't know.
Because if you look at that picture, you don't know it's Josh. You just know that she snapped a picture of the demon witch lady.
Yeah.
So, like, maybe his clothes were the same. Ooh, was that it? Were the clothes his and the face the old lady's in the picture? I thought she was in the fucking gown get up.
Yeah, I don't know. Because then when he says, I'm right here, and puts his hand on her shoulder, she turns away and looks scared.
Terrified.
Too. But you can see it's his arm.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that makes no sense.
Mm-mm.
All right,
Juan. Why'd you let us down in the last second of the movie?
Yeah, it's ready for part 2.
I don't even remember part 2.
I know part 2 is him being possessed.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Easy enough. All right. Jake.
Yeah.
On a scale from 1 to 10, what would you rate Insidious?
On a scale from a 1 to 10, I'd rate Insidious an 8.5.
Damn.
What about you?
Damn, an 8.5. I think you've been not podcasting for too long. You're back to these bullshit ass fucking.
Was it too low?
Too high. Sorry, a little too high.
Nuts.
No, it's a solid 7. It's a solid 7. It is. Once again, the ending did play a part in my rating.
You said earlier
It didn't ruin the movie. No. It did not ruin the movie because I'll drop that bitch down to a 2 with a quickness.
a 7.
7, dude. That's a solid score.
Okay.
Above average. Not in the top upper echelon of movies. It is a little dated because of some corny scenes that happen throughout the movie. Sorry, I said it. That's why I rated it a 7, dude.
Okay.
Not even 7.5. That's too close to yours.
Yeah,
I would have.
That's very surprising.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't rate a movie that, in my personal opinion, helped define a decade. You know.
Oh, I can.
That low.
Yeah, you can. That's actually very easy to do.
I watched it. I don't agree with that, so I can't.
Well, I'm just saying people can. They're just saying you
Yeah,
specifically.
I don't give a fuck what y'all do.
Yeah, because you're fucking Jake, Mr. fucking perfect horror movie guy. All right. So I wanted to ask you guys another question. If you guys want me and Jake to go see the new Insidious movie in theater, if you want me and Jake to do a super shittily done episode from the front seat of my car right after the movie, you have to comment or email at us that that's what you want done. If you just want a regular episode of once we watch it, that's fine. We'll do that. If we get enough, we will do an on-the-spot episode in my car right after we see the movie. It is the most raw content you will get. No thinking about it. No nothing. Go. We've done it, but that's actually how this podcast started.
Yeah, it is.
It's legitimately how this podcast was created, was Halloween Kills. That happened in the parking lot of a shitty movie theater in a shitty part of town at a very late hour.
Yeah.
And we stood outside in the parking lot for 2 fucking hours talking about this movie. If that's something at all you guys would like to see, period, ever, or in this instance for Insidious Chapter 5, Red Door, you have to let us know. We want to know what you guys want to see. If you just like our normal content, we'll continue with it. It might take us a little while to get there, because I don't know if I want to watch the other ones to get to that point. I'll decide that myself. But yeah, if you guys want to see that, I think it'd be a lot of fun. Comment, email, whatever you decide to do. Let us know if that's something you guys would be interested in seeing. Anything else you want to add to the episode, bud?
No.
I think we covered everything.
Yeah, I think we did too.
No idea what we're covering next week, obviously, because you guys haven't let us know yet.
Let us know.
Let us know. By the way, Jake had no clue that was going to be said.
Yeah, I had no idea.
I might get yelled at.
Yeah, when you said, I'm thinking,
the camera off.
all right, well,
yeah, it's cool.
I guess we can do that.
Thanks for letting me know. How logistically are we going to do this? Josh? Like a phone? Do we have a mount? What are we going to do here? I'll fucking figure it out. If the fans want it, I'll give it to them. All right, something I thought of on the spot. So, as always, a big shout out to our main supporters. Jeff Balance, who does our design work. Lucky Riggs, who did our intro and our outro music. Trademark Printing, who does our printing needs. Just to let you guys know, in a couple of months, we will be at the Tidewater Horror Convention at a table. If you guys don't have tickets yet, go check them out on Facebook, Instagram. You can go to their website, www.tidewaterhorrorconvention.com. Tickets are dirt cheap. You'll get to see your boys here. You can meet us in person. We should have some swag. We'd have some stuff if you guys want us to sign. That would be awesome. I'm going to start putting it in your ears now because September is creeping up on us. We are already halfway through July. So, yeah, we will be there. Big shout out to Jake for being a great co-host.
Thank you.
Of course. Big shout out to you guys. If you guys are back, we are super duper sorry about missing some technical difficulties 2 weeks ago, some mental issues for your boy here last week. We got through it. Everything's fine. But we're here. We're hopefully not going to miss anything else. We got some cool things planned.
Yeah.
We're trying to do some other things for you guys to keep us in front of your faces. So thank you. This is the J Squared Horror Podcast. My name's Josh.
And I'm Jake.
You guys have a great week. And remember, it is hip to be squared.